Hello, so this is the market report for October 2025. What do we want from investments? We want a better chance of positive returns. We want less risk. And this is the risk-reward ratio that we'd like. We want a lot less risk than there is reward. Our number one golden rule, only buy good value. What is good value? It's when the PE ratio is 15 or less. Why 15? Because it is the long-term average. And a PE of 15 means average risk of volatility, average chance of a positive return, average dividends. Less than 15 means less risk, more potential, more dividends. And currently the PE is around 23.1 for Australia, and this is the All Ordinaries Index. You can see that the share price over the last 5 years has grown and it's near the high. And target for good value, so currently the All Ordinaries is 9,243. That's got a PE of 23. We want 15. So the market would have to drop to 5,953 to be good value. So it's got a long way to fall. And this is the US market, PE of 23. Global markets, 20. And the temperature is quite cool. We want it to be hot to buy. And the future, is it all doom and gloom? Or are there some positive signs? Well, currently there's some positive signs. For example, interest rates look like heading down. That's good for business. Earnings growth. This is the growth in earnings for companies. In Australia, it's expected to grow 11% next year. The US, 24%. And in the world, just under 8%. Small companies lag. You'll find that most people want to buy large companies if they're good value. And once they're not good value anymore, they'll buy small companies. So the small companies generally lag behind the larger companies. And when the smalls catch up with the large, that's a sign, not a guarantee, just a sign that the markets could turn around and start going down. But currently in Australia, the small companies are actually in front of the large companies. In the US, the small companies are 21% behind the large ones, and in the world 37%, which is astounding. Fear factor, I'm worried, I'm not terrified, not optimistic either, but there's nothing to be too worried about. Value adjusted risk reward ratio. It's a tongue twister. So what it is a ratio of what you could lose, that's risk, or what you could gain, that's the reward side of the equation. And I've adjusted it for the value of the market. And this is what it currently is. The risk, there's a risk of like an average drop in the market would give a negative 3% return in the portfolio over a year. If all going well, should be around 7.2%. On the risk side, the potential loss for the year is what that measures for a conservative portfolio for an average size fall in markets, and it's adjusted for the current value. And on the reward side, it's a potential return for the year for a conservative portfolio based on historical returns adjusted for the current value of the market. And the ratio is 3.4 to 7.2, which means the reward is 2.1 times higher than the risk. And that, in my book, is acceptable. That's for a conservative portfolio, and ultimately it's an educated guess. And what it gives us is a likely range. It could go well outside, could be way higher on the reward, could be way higher on the risk, but on average, that's kind of what we expect from where we are with regards to market value at the moment. And anything can happen. So my prediction, markets will go up or down or sideways. I cannot predict what markets will do. I can say they are poor value and we want good value. So in summary, Australian shares are poor value, US shares poor value, global shares poor value, and the risk reward ratio is 2 to 1, 2.1 times higher reward than the risk, which is acceptable for a conservative portfolio. And this is a general advice warning, so this is for general information only. It's educational, informative. It's not for advice. We take all care to make sure this is all correct. Before acting on any information, get some specific advice that takes into consideration your needs, objectives, and financial situation, and how much risk you're willing to take. That's important to get someone who knows what they're doing. All right, thank you. Have a great day.